It is May 3rd. It is day 104 of the Trump presidency, and here is what happened today. Well, this is according to Rolling Stone. They published an article saying that Republicans in the Trump administration are currently stockpiling food and toilet paper and other goods before the tariffs hit because they all think it's going to be very bad. That's interesting. That obviously getting leaked to the press is not good for Trump. I don't know how viral that information is going at this point. I actually may do a quick little video over on TikTok about it in a minute. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think that at this point, having been through what we've been through with COVID, a lot of people probably feel it's better safe than sorry, but also like it's common sense to understand that a lot of the things that we rely on other countries for either won't make it through because people won't want to pay for the cost of the products. And I'm talking about like distributors might not want to pay for that. And it looks like too, already, as we've discussed, some shelves are already starting to be bare. So, you know, it's probably smart. I have this weird feeling, this is like 100% a premonition, okay? So don't quote me on this. I have a weird feeling the tariffs are not going to last very long with China. I have a feeling that, I know he's been calling them and for all intents and purposes, almost like begging them to please negotiate with him. And China's like considering having a discussion with him. I just have a feeling that within the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a big change in the tariffs. Anyways, we'll see what happens. He has to find a way to save face, and I think that's going to be the problem. And I mean, he's still doubling down and saying that like tariffs is the way to go. That's like what he's going to do. But there's people, and we'll talk about this in a second, there's people calling him out left and right. So I don't know how long he can hold a hard line when so many people within his inner circle are furious. So anyways, we'll see. Time will tell. This motherfucker. Trump posted a picture of himself. By the way, look at this little paw. She just put her little paw right here. It was very sweet. Trump posted a picture of himself as the Pope, like an AI picture of himself. That is so insanely offensive. And if that man knew anything about the Bible, he would not do what he just did. But also, if there are people out there that are true Christians, like that is so insanely blasphemous. Like it's one thing if it's like a comedian doing it as a joke and that's still kind of weird, but like he is dead serious, you guys. He's out here saying he thinks he would be a great pope. I'm not kidding. Like when he said, that they discovered during his physical that he is a great soul. I can't, dude. It's gotta be, this can't be reality. You know what I mean? I keep having that moment over and over again where I'm just like, there's no way this really is happening. It's just not. I refuse to believe it. A little bit of good news, and this seems to be a trend that is sweeping the world. Australia's Labour Party, which is like their like liberal party, won the election, re-election actually, in a landslide. And what's interesting about that is basically wherever this is happening, like Canada and even Germany is kind of trying to like tighten its grip on the far right AfD party. I think other countries are seeing what's happening here and they simply don't want to end up like us. And honestly, if this is what it takes for the rest of the world to get a strong, swift reminder about how dangerous authoritarianism is, then I guess so be it. If at least something good can come out of our suffering, then like good, I guess. I don't know. It's not easy to live here right now. Sometimes in the last week, it started to like hit me a little harder. And there's some things about it that are like hitting me harder, just like the social element of it, that it's hard for me to accept that so many people don't care about other people. Like, that's really hard for me to, it's a hard, jagged pill for me to swallow. Okay. So Warren Buffett, who I'm sure you know is a billionaire, one of the wealthiest men, an incredible businessman, regardless of what else you may think about him. I don't know that he's a great person, but he's had his hand in a lot of different businesses. He came out, and I think he's in his like 90s, dude. He's old as hell. He came out and basically like ripped Trump to shreds in public and said that the tariffs were a terrible idea, and gave a very detailed explanation as to why. And I'm sorry, that man has lived for a century and he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Then he went ahead and stepped down as the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, it seems like he may have gotten pressured to do that. Maybe Berkshire Hathaway was like, you can't take that kind of stance because Trump's going to come after this company. I mean, they're not wrong. And I'm sure at this point, Warren Buffett's like, I don't give a fuck. You know, I mean, he did say that he wanted to work until he died because he genuinely enjoys what he does. He can find other ways. He can be on other boards. He can do other stuff. And honestly, like, we need people that are well respected within the financial communities to come out and say this stuff. And, you know, people that are getting ready to die, it's a perfect person because he doesn't probably really care anymore what happens to his reputation. He's got more than enough money to last him as long as he needs it to. This is so gross, man. So Trump is building like a network of other countries where he's going to send United States citizens when he deports them. Well, and also immigrants. I mean, I don't even know. Are we even checking if people are immigrants at this point? Because people are just like getting deported left and right. But, so Trump is currently in negotiations with Rwanda to start sending deportees there. And it did specifically say Africans is like who he's going to send there. Is he just going to be snatching black people off the street and sending them to Rwanda? Like, I'm dead ass serious. I would not put it past him. What I'd like to know is where are the political dissidents getting sent? Because I need to start mentally preparing. I hope it's Canada. I doubt it will be. Ireland. Where else would I like to go? Costa Rica. I don't know if they would have me. I don't think it's going to be a vacation destination. It's probably going to be like the North Pole by yourself. I don't know. Actually, that would still be better than the places that people are currently getting sent. Obviously, it'll be in a prison, I'm sure. So I don't know. I was really not mentally prepared to relive World War II, but here we are. And I don't know. I'm laughing now, but I probably won't be eventually. Sometimes I am also crying, just for the record. I know I make a lot of jokes and I tend to be more sarcastic on here. Although, hey, I cried about Sesame Street yesterday. Oh, by the way, okay, before I forget. Sorry for the scatterbrain. Sesame Street. This is crazy. Go look up this clip, okay? So on Sesame Street's 25th anniversary, like their birthday, there was an episode with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It's the lady from Seinfeld. You know who I'm talking about? Juliette Louis-Dreyfus or something? I'm saying her name wrong. It is not her name. But I think you know who I'm talking about. She was on the show, and there was a character in this episode called Ronald Grump. I almost said Ronald Dump because I call him Dump a lot. Ronald Grump, and had the like crazy comb over and was like super wealthy and just crazily selfish and wouldn't stop talking about just money and all this other stuff. And people are saying that the reason that Trump is canceling Sesame Street is because they made that character making fun of him. But you should go watch it because it is actually kind of uncanny. And here's what's messed up about it. Juliet or Julia, I'm still not sure which one it is, but she's holding a microphone that says 25 on it. And so people are like, oh my God, Sesame Street is continuing the Simpsons prophecy, which like the Simpsons is known to be prophetic. They have a lot of episodes that seem to like predict world events. But the truth is that episode of Sesame Street was technically their 25th birthday. It still is kind of like it's a little bit eerie, I guess you could say. A little bit of a prediction. So Greg Abbott of Texas just signed a $1 billion bill in to allow basically taxpayer money to pay for kids to go to private school, most likely Christian schools. And I think we need to consider the possibility that some of these very racist states are going to start finding ways around desegregation, back into segregation. Because I think that's honestly a lot of what this is about. I guess I feel the urge to tell you this story because it's a trending topic on TikTok right now, and it's also a horrible story. There is a woman, speaking of horrible racists, that called a very small child, a 6-year-old child who was autistic, the N-word. It was filmed, and there's a man like filming it, asking her about it. Then she started calling him that name. Then there was a GoFundMe opened for her that has raised over $400,000. I actually don't even know, like, did she lose her job? I don't know why they're opening the GoFundMe, or they just want to like support her for her racism. I mean, she looks like white trash. She is blonde and covered in tattoos and looks like white trash. I think I'm telling you this because whenever we go through periods of time like this, there's going to be an aggressive resurgence of racism and sexism and violence and hate crimes and crimes against the LGBT community. And all of that is happening right now. Those people feel really empowered when, Trump is like pardoning the January 6th rioters and totally supporting this kind of stuff. And there's people doing Heil Hitler, Elon Musk is dismantling our government and doing Heil Hitler. And then there's just a very open shift in that direction from a small, very loud group of people. But I think it can be very disconcerting. So 2 things. I think everyone should do your best to protect your mental health, but also just stay aware that this stuff is happening. Like, I think it's important to know that there are people around us that might be truly like unhinged from a standpoint of like hatred towards us right now, and to just know that that's happening. And then also to try to like keep your eyes out for other people. So like if you see someone get pulled over by the police and they are not white, I would like park on the side of the road and like watch for them to make sure they're okay. And if they're not, see if you can get them help, because I think we're going to be entering a period of time where a lot of really bad things are going to happen to people that are not white men. And people that are not white in general. Obviously, white women are also safer than everyone who doesn't have white skin. However, they may be coming for a lot of us, especially those of us that are speaking out on a regular basis. So time will tell, but please help each other when you can. Protect each other when you can, and videotape it when you can. I don't know what good that'll do us these days if the courts are against us, but we'll see what happens. This is really, honestly, freaks me out and seems like a very bad idea, but there are now driverless semis, so like automatic semis, self-driving semi-trucks on the highways in Texas. First of all, obviously these companies are now paying to replace their workers so that they don't have to pay workers anymore. And again, I want to ask them, like, what are you going to do when there's no one to buy all your bullshit? What are you going to be transporting? I do think that this is the moment in time when we have a really good chance to break the addiction and cycle that we have of buying bullshit. This is a perfect opportunity. And it's also a really good chance and opportunity to show these companies that if they do this kind of crap, like, we're not going to do business with them. Target is still absolutely desperate. Oh, I keep remembering headlines that are not in here. Target's CEO got his salary cut in half. Good. Cut it in half again. the decisions he made were bad decisions, and I'm glad he feels it. I'm sure he still makes way too much fucking money, but it's important to show these companies that we will not do business with them if they betray us. Like, I guess Duolingo made an announcement that they're going to be replacing all of their staff with AI. And people were furious, and a lot of people just deleted the app. I actually never got a chance to download it, so. Anyways, more power to the people. We just have to keep sticking to our guns. The Justice Department is suing Hawaii, Michigan, Vermont, and New York over climate action. So those states are suing the fossil fuel industry over damage that has been done as a result of the fossil fuel industry, which that's a whole other thing. That's a really long show. We're not getting into that. But anyways, the Trump administration is saying that they can't do that because it's violating the Trump administration's plan of action, which is to bring back coal, loosen our climate regulations, loosen our pollution regulations, just fucking take a big dump all over the earth. Cool story, bro. 75% of North America's bird species are in decline, by the way. It's really not good. It's not good. Bees had a horrible year. Birds had a horrible year. It's not a good sign. We are at a pretty severe tipping point, and it is really scary to think about the future. So I just try not to. I try to just live one day at a time right now. Is a little easier than trying to swallow everything that's happening. It can be pretty emotional. All right, this is the last headline for tonight. Who did this interview? There's an interview, maybe ABC. Anyways, where Trump is telling them that it's okay for the country to go into a recession because of the tariffs, and that it's just you gotta pain for gain or whatever is what he's saying. Although people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about are just saying, no, this is just going to be pain for pain. And the world's going to move on without us. So anyways, again, time will tell, but I have a feeling that he's going to end up caving in one manner or another with China. I hope I'm right because, a lot of people are suffering as a result of the stuff that he's doing right now. And I would like for it to be over. Anyways, I'm going to go. My daughter and I got Mario. Is it Mario World? There's a new Mario game. Oh, Mario Wonder. For her Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to play with her for a little bit. And then probably go to bed early. I've been really deep into the last season of Handmaid's Tale. Yikes, man. I was really crying. It's very good and it's very pertinent. It's just hard to watch with everything that's going on. But I think it's important to watch it anyways. And I think that there's lessons to be learned. And honestly, there's a couple scenes that I think are just extremely thought-provoking. About the reasons why they created Gilead. I don't know. It's interesting. It's complicated. It's interesting. It's well written. It's great. Check it out if you're not watching it, or maybe don't if you are in a bad spot mentally, because it's pretty intense. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe tonight. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which will limit you to sitting on the couch.